Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have another winter themed, holiday theme type of puzzle. So let's get into it. We're going to probably see a lot of these guys over the next month or so. So get ready for them. So this one is called Winter Time by Graph Z181. Apologies for messing that up because I guarantee you I just did. But let's see what the rules are for this guy. It looks like a good fun puzzle here. So we have standard Sudoku. So every row, column, and 3x3 box will contain the digits 1 through 9 once each. We've got German whispers, which may be a little bit hard to differentiate for some people, but they are all of the X's going in these orientations. So those are all the German whispers, and those will all act as German whispers where adjacent cells on a green line contain digits at least 5 apart. So this guy here will be 5 away from this one. This actually, the pattern here looks a little similar to another puzzle we did a little while back, but I'm sure that happens quite a bit over time. Things are going to do that. Then we have the blue lines are mainly cosmetic and not necessary for solving the puzzle. Okay, so those are these pluses in between all the other ones to create the the snowflake look. If you want, you can use that. They are Renban lines. The digits on each such line form a set of 5 consecutive digits. Okay, we'll try to do without that, just to kind of keep the difficulty level a little bit higher, if that's even the case. I don't know if it makes it harder or not, but if we get stuck and we need to use them, we can use them. But these will act as Renbans, all these plus-looking groups. Then we have Kropkis. So cells with a white snowball between them contain consecutive digits. So that's these types of guys. Those will be consecutive. And cells with a blue ice ball between them contain digits, one of which is twice the other. Not all balls are necessarily given. So the blue ice balls, which are painful to get hit with, will be like black Kropkis. So these will be in a 1-to-2 ratio, or one of them will be double the other. And those are all the rules. So with that said, let's just jump into this one. Have a little bit of wintertime fun. Links in the description below as always. Let's get at it. Okay, so now we're going to know that these middle spots are going to be 1s and 9s because everything, whatever the digit is, these guys must all be 5 away from the same one. So 1s and 9s are the only things that work that way. Question is going to be, does that help us? Now, I think we probably want to focus more on our ice balls because we're going to know that I think in each region, the same thing is going to occur. So anything that's not on the blue ice balls will be 5s, 7s, and 9s. And let's put those in, and then we'll go in and look through some of the options. Obviously, this one can't be a 9, and this one can't be a 9 because we have the 1-9 pairs. Do we have anything else that we can start to correlate back to? Good question. I was wondering if we had something where we have some of these other ice balls that, depending on what could go here, may determine what these are. Because again, if we know, well, I didn't say it again, but we've said this previously in other puzzles that I've used similar concepts. If we know we have 3 different black Kropki sets in a singular region, row, or column, they're going to have to be from the 1, 2, 4, 8, and 3, 6 groupings. Now, I think what we can say is that this one and this one can never be from the 1, 2, so you are the 1, 2. And then these two will share the 3, 6, 4, 8 pairings, where you will never be a 3, you will never be a 3. Can we do some more reduction there? Because that won't be 6 and that won't be 6 either. So if we go, okay, this one can't be an 8 because we went to 7 to the 8. Well, that's not true. It could be 7, 8 to the 4, 7 to 6 to the 3, 5. Well, this can't be, oh yeah, it can 5, 4, 8. Okay, no, I think those are still all possible options there. Okay. Well, let's see if we can find anything else we can work with then. We do have 5, 7, 9 trip going across the line. That means that these cannot be high digits. Oh, no, maybe it can be, because we could still do a 6, 8, I guess. Okay, so that's not actually true. Maybe we need to continue on these guys and then see what pops out of them. And I don't think we can do the same 1-2 restrictions on some of these other guys. Well, actually we can. Because this can't be a 1-2 because of the 1-9 pair, and this can't be a 1-2 because of this becomes the 1-2. Okay, so we did have more there. Now we do have a 1-2 pair, so we can tell this is a 9. So it turned out these weren't high, but we had to get there by a different way. 1, 2, 3s, and 4s. These are going to be the 6, 7s, 8s, and 5s. Okay, now can we do anything more? Because we have that 5, 7, 9 still, so this is not 5 or 7. These will be a 4, 6. Well, will they? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to be from 3, 4, 6, or 8. You can't be a 3. Okay, so that does create a 4, 6, 8 trip. Again, just had to look at it from a different perspective. So one of these two will be the 3, so you're not. Okay, does that give us anything else? We know one of those two is the 9. 4, 6, 8. I don't think we can say too much. We don't quite know how the... Oh yeah, the 4, 6, 8 says you guys aren't... Didn't I just remove that? Or is it just... Okay, those are not 4s. For some reason I thought I already removed that from the options there. I guess I didn't. It must have been something else that I was thinking of. Okay. What else can we do? Now, can we... Let's think about these guys for a second. This is never... No, again, I'm wrong. It's something about the blue coloring. It's throwing me off where my brain is not processing the fact that they are like a black Kropki, so it takes me a second to get the brain to really pull together and see what's going on there. So, anywho, let's see what else we can do. Do we have anything else that's just staring at us that I'm just being a little slow with? Or can we do anything maybe the 1s and the 2s? Because none of these can be 1s, so one of these will be, but I don't think we can do the same thing we did in the other regions. What about more 5, 7, 9s? Let's do those. Because that'll give us a little bit more. Is that going to... Yeah, I think we can do that. Let's put these digits in and again... Yeah, because now we can look at this. Perfect. We can look at this row and say, where does a 3 go? Well, the only place it can go is here. So therefore, this is our 6. This is 4, 8 pair. This 3 says you're either 1 or 2, or not 1 or 2, 2 or 4. It's okay. I can do simple counting skills. So we have a 1, 2, 4 triple. So you're not a 4, which means you know, you still can. Again, I don't know why it keeps throwing me off. Every time I initially look at this, I just think about white Kropkis. I got to get my head to stop. One of these two is going to be a 3, but I think we already knew that. Do we need to start thinking about what these guys do then? When they continue through the Kropki? I was trying to find if we had anything else we could work with first, but I don't see anything right away. Okay, so let's go off our Kropkis then, I guess, and try to put some options, see what happens. So you could be 3, 5, or 7. Because again, we might get more 5, 7, 9s and stuff like that. You could be 4. Oh, it is going down 4, 6, or no, it can't be 6, but 4 or 8. Not massively helpful there. 5, 7, maybe the 6, 8. Yeah, okay. We just had to use this. Think about the 6, 8. What are you? You have to be the 1, 2 now because you can't be the 3, 6 or the 4, 8. And this one can't be a 1, so you are the 2 and the 1. Okay. Now let's start thinking about these guys, I guess. Because again, we'll just keep going through the options, see where we can make reductions. And can we? You can't actually be a 3 because we can't put a 4 or a 2 there. Which means you can't be a 6. We don't have the same issue over here. That could be... Is there anything else that we can rule in or out there, though? I don't think so. Let's go to this guy here, because we have... There's probably a given we can get off of this guy, right? Yeah, it is a 3, 4, 5. Okay, again, looking in the right position. Because there's no other way to make a set of 3 with what's remaining here. So this one will be our 7. These guys are not. The 5, 9 says you're not a 5. And it doesn't quite tell us what those are, but let's go down here because this has to be the 4 between these guys. Okay. Now, do we start to think about you, or is there something else we can dig into? Kind of interesting that these two are going to be the same digit no matter what they are. I don't know if that comes into play just yet, but we'll keep it in the back burner there. What about you? You could still be a 1, 2, couldn't you? Well, actually, you can't. Because if I was just looking here, but if we continue to look, if this is a 1, 2, this is a 3, 4 pair. Well, what would this be? It would have to be a 6 and an 8, so that doesn't work. So you do not have a 1, 2 on you. Obviously, you can't be 2, 3, 4, or 5, so you're looking at the 6, 7s, 8s, and 9s. Doesn't really clarify that just yet, does it? Yeah, there's not gonna... I don't think there's enough there to work with. Is there anything just in the totality of the column, though, we can think about? You can't be a 9, by the way, because of the 1, 9 pair. Yeah, I don't think there is anything else there to work that one, so let's try to find something else we can work with. Let's see. There's probably some restriction in one of these that it's, if we just think about it properly, it will tell us what we need. How do we go about doing that, though? Or is there really something? Again, we know one of those is a 9. We know one of those is a 9. Don't think we can tell which one is which. 1, 9s, 2, 4, 5, 7s. No, not really much doing there either. Is there... Oh, okay. Let's think about... Yeah. Well, not necessarily you, but you. We can tell what you are. Because these can't be lows. Because they would have to be 1, 2, 3, and 4, and this would be broken. So this has to be the low digit. Therefore, you are the 9, 1, 9. Okay, there we go. That's a little something, at least. Now, these guys will be from 6, 7s, 8s, and 9s. We don't know which one you are just yet. And actually, none of that actually correlates to anything, as far as I can tell. Although we might be able to use some Sudoku, but even then, 1, 2, 3s, and 4s, you're not the ones in... Well, you weren't the ones in 2, so you are. These will be the 6, 7s, 5, 6, 7s, and 8s. I guess we could... do we want to start putting that kind of thing in? Where does a 2 go in the column, though? It's going to go right here. One of these is going to be a 2, which is actually useful because we're going to get an X-wing on 2s and push a 2 to you, which means you guys aren't. One of you two will be. Again, I don't think it's quite enough, but it's something. Okay, let's keep searching. Just trying to find some other bit of info. I guess these are the only 2 Kropkis or snowballs, excuse me, that we haven't thought through. Whether or not they tell us anything, though, I still don't think they really do. Unless it's, again, it's going to be something just throughout the entirety of a column. One of those two is a 3. Is there anything else like that? One of those two. Okay, one of these two is a 4 if we think about this column. That's what we need to see. Therefore, this is the 4, 8. And this is the 3, 6. That should help us out here. You are going to be 8 and 6. And did we have any? Down to the 4s and 8s, 1s and 2s, 5s, 7s, 9s. I don't think that told us much there. You're not going to be a 6, though. We're going to know one of you is, so you're not. So one of those two is. That's a 3, 4 pair as well, which means there's a 4 in one of these guys. And you can't, well, no, that's not true. Well, you guys can't be the 4s. That's what we need to look at, because of course this is a 1, so these are 6, 7s, 8s, and 9s. We have a 3, 4 looking here. Where does the 4 go? It goes here. If that's the case, now we can get into this guy, because you are the 3, you are the 6. Okay, and you become the 8, and you become the 4. That 8 means you are a 7. None of you are. Okay, now we should just have a bunch of reductive reasoning to work through. What are you guys? They have to be from 5s and 6s. You can't be a 6 because one of these is. So you are the 5, you are the 6. You guys are not 5s. And you guys are not 6s. Okay. One of those two is a 9. I guess we'll just put those in instead of just letting them sit there. And we'll say that this is an 8. Yeah, I could have done this a lot sooner, couldn't I? Oh well, that's an 8, that's a 7, that's an 8, that's a 4, 8 and 4. That forces this to be the 5, the 7, the 9. And you are a 5, 9 pair. What are these guys? 2s and 4s would both go down here. It's the same thing we think about here. So that forces you to be the 5. Good. You guys are obviously not 2s or 4s by Sudoku. So you are. And let's just put these guys in. We'll actually just do these guys. This will be the 8, 9. This will be the 6, 7. And of course, you have to be the 3. Just didn't pick that up quite yet, but now we have. So you guys are not 7s or 8s, which means you are not a 5. So that forces you to be a 6. To be a 6, thank you, which means you are a 7. You are not a 7, which means you are. Okay. The 1, 2 here says you are the 4 and the 2. We just have to go back and look at our Sudoku. 3 and 1. 5, 8, 9. You will be a 5. Again, because of this. Well, it's because of this and this. This can't, this one can't be, can't get my brain to get the mouth to work. This has to be 5, 8, 9. It can't be the 8 or the 9. It is the 5. It's not that hard. 5, 8. You guys are not 8s. So that's a 6, 9 pair, and you have to be a 3. Good. There's probably more Sudoku and some of this stuff that we can work ourselves through, and I just have to look for half a second to find it. So let's try to do that. Do we have anything crossing over? Interesting that we don't. Oh, we do. The 7 here says the 5 and the 7. Maybe we just have to go down the Sudoku rabbit hole and have it show us the obviousness of some of this stuff. Is that actually the case? I don't know that it is, but we're going to take a look-see. Doesn't look like it for these early guys. Oh wait, you are a 4. We do have that. We have X-Wings. You figured these 5s would be good. They are. Not, well, partially. 9s and 5s there. One of those and one of those. We're going to have a ton of different X-Wings. I'm sure there's something here that's going to tell us what they are easily, but this is 7, 6. And, okay. 7s are good. Yep, 8 and 7. I think that was all the 7s. Yeah, we should be pretty good with the 8s and 9s too once we put these guys in. This will be the last 8. And we can put the last 9s in, and that 6 is going to come back and finalize the 5 and the 6, which is going to give us the 3 and the 5, which is going to give us the 4 and the 3, which is going to give us the 2 and the 4, and the 1 and the 2. Yep. So it's just kind of finding back to my markings. You are going to be the 1, which means you are 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, and 1. There we go. 20 minutes. Could have certainly gone quicker if I was paying more attention to a lot, but there was a ton going on this board, so I guess you could probably look in a bunch of different places to get things going, but we got there in the end without too much work, so fun. Enjoyed it. Really enjoy these puzzles. I love the theming of puzzles and trying to put that sort of stuff into these instead of it just being something like that, but also adding to the flavor of them by doing it. It's the better way to say it. So anyway, fun puzzle. Really enjoyed it. Hope you all did as well. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.